All right, so back to politics. Over the weekend, President Biden and former Presidents Donald Trump and Barack Obama campaigned in crucial battleground states with control of Congress on the line. The two parties delivered vastly different closing messages of very different visions for the country. Caitlin Huey-Burns is in Pennsylvania with more. Caitlin, good morning.
Hi, good morning. Anne Marie from Philadelphia, your city. And if you needed any more evidence of how critical Pennsylvania is, look at who was here over the weekend. You had Joe Biden, Barack Obama, Donald Trump, all trying to use their presidential star power to help turn out the vote with control of the U.S. Senate on the line.
Are you fired up yet?
Pennsylvania packed with presidents.
This Tuesday, you must vote Republican.
The outcome's going to shape our country for decades to come.
The high-profile visits show the Keystone State is key to who controls the Senate for the next 2 years.
Democracy itself is on the ballot. The stakes are high.
The race between Democrat John Fetterman and Republican Mehmet Oz is one of the closest in the country.
I will bring change to Washington so they treat us the way we deserve.
And I'm going to need every one of you to go out and have your plan, get your friends, get your families all ready to vote.
Both Fetterman and Oz spent Sunday in the suburbs around Philadelphia courting key swing voters. With closing arguments made, the challenge now is turnout. We caught up with union members supporting Democratic candidates, knocking on doors in minority communities, aiming to get voters to the polls.
You're going door to door. Every vote counts.
Yes, every vote does count. So we know that it's very important for every single vote.
And across town, Democratic volunteers Belinda Birnbaum and Jessica Clemens spent their Sunday giving rides to voters like Toya Perkins, who was notified she had not signed her mail-in ballot.
They called me to come down here to make sure that my vote counts, and that's exactly what I did.
Every single person deserves to have their vote counted, and we're going to do everything we can to make sure that happens.
And Anne Marie, election officials can't start counting those mail-in ballots until Election Day, so it could be a while before we get results here in Pennsylvania. And election experts are already bracing for legal challenges with this year's result.
Oh, boy. Caitlin, let's talk a little bit more about that. What sort of legal challenges could we be seeing? Would be the same as, the 2020 election?
Yeah, Anne-Marie, I was kind of having flashbacks to 2020 being here in Philadelphia, and I know you and I talked a lot over the week after the election because they were still counting ballots. What's important to know about Pennsylvania is that unlike some of these other states, they never made any changes to their election laws after 2020, so they still cannot start even processing mail ballots until Election Day. And a lot of people that we talked to say that that's just something that holds everything up, especially in a close race where you are going to have to make sure you count every ballot before you can even make a projection. And there is also some bigger scrutiny here in Pennsylvania because when you're filling out your mail-in ballot, you have to date the ballot. And there was a state Supreme Court decision that said, if dates are wrong and received after Election Day, they have to be put aside in a separate pile, essentially, and they may be discounted. And so that's kind of where you're going to see potential legal challenges if the race really comes down to, a few thousand votes and a few thousand ballots that were, not dated correctly.
Yeah, I remember just how things dragged out. So let's talk about this sort of last-minute push to get the message out. I'm thinking about, Democrats. It's really hard when people are thinking about the economy and their bottom line. The economy is a very complicated thing. It's hard to put together a bumper sticker message to explain how, even though it's more expensive to buy eggs now, the economy is good. How much of this sort of last-minute push is about clarifying that message, getting it out, and how much of a difference could it make when so many people have already voted?
Yeah, that's a really good point, Anne-Marie. We have 40 million people across the country that have already voted. Here in Pennsylvania, early voting has been in place for a while. And you're right, those economic arguments are nuanced and hard to make. And, voters that we talk to just say time and time again, look, go to the grocery store. Things are just expensive. Life is just expensive. Things don't feel, good right now. So even though the administration points to, the good jobs report last week, that's not how people really measure their own personal economy. So a lot of what this weekend was, at least for Democrats, is trying to really energize their base of supporters and get them out to make sure that they are voting. And what we heard from Obama and Biden and other Democrats who were here in Pennsylvania over the weekend was kind of trying to set up the stakes. Essentially, their argument was, these kinds of things, if we don't have control of Congress, they're saying if Democrats don't have control of Congress, then it really blunts the agenda and things that they want to move forward with. And it was actually really interesting, Anne-Marie, hearing from Obama over the weekend, because he noted that he got really, in his words, shellacked in the 2010 midterms and the 2014 midterms, and that really, blocked his agenda. So he was, kind of saying, look, I've learned from experience, if you don't turn out, you don't get to really, govern. And so that's kind of a big part of this final push. But as you saw in the piece, I mean, we're following people, and it literally is trying to get every single person that they can to cast their ballot.
Wow. And just sort of a little bit of a departure. Senator Joe Manchin clashed with President Biden over the politics of coal over the weekend. What does this rift so close to the midterms sort of reveal about whether or not the party is unified? And I know Joe Manchin is the guy. If there's going to be a guy who's going to raise his hand and say, I just disagree, it's going to be him. So maybe it's not particularly surprising, but.
Yeah, and it works to Manchin's political advantage to have these clashes with his own party, but it doesn't work to the Democrats' advantage to have these high-profile clashes just ahead of the midterm election. Also what's part of this, and the reason that Republicans are seizing on this, is because of what Biden was saying there, and so they're trying to rev up their base of support, saying not only look at this rift, but look at what this rift was about, and so they are trying to energize their supporters, their base, and potentially reach out to people who may feel disaffected by the Democratic Party right now. So certainly something that gives that you don't really want to have airing out these disagreements moments before an election.
Indeed. Caitlin Huey-Burns in the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection. Thank you.